I think it's the headline needs a picture. Yeah, I do. I think the headline needs a picture. I don't think in terms of memory, things stay with us unless we have the image. So and I think that's truly the great power of the still photograph. That's why it will always be here. There's just so much out there. There's so much noise out there today that we have to think about different ways of how do we communicate an idea to somebody. And I think there is infinitely more power in a visual than there is in anything that's verbal or even written, frankly. Because I do think the visual message, it just burns in our brain. It does. What happens is we have such a flood of good photography that people, when it comes to journalism, they really just flip the page. You know, I've seen that shot. In a way, you become detached to it. And so I discovered that if I could photograph these things in a way and make you drawn to them because of their sheer beauty, and then the subtext hits you. The power of what's underneath is much greater than what's on the surface. And I want you to go underneath what I'm showing you. But the only way I can get there is to draw you in with beauty. I mean, it started with my Ellis Island work, where I was seeing the concept of decay. But yet, there was a subtext to that work that people began to feel, that there was history in the light in the rooms I was photographing. That there could be actual emotion in light is a very profound thing to sort of bear witness to. And the fact that people would look at these empty rooms and say to me, gosh, Stephen, I feel my ancestors in your pictures. That was a life-changing moment for me. So in Ellis, I used light, I used the color, I used the texture and the patina. Those are all the things that are on the surface to bring you into my, space, so to speak. But there's the sense of humanity is what I really want you to feel in my photographs. And I wanted suddenly to take on other issues, the abandoning of the old Bethlehem steel plant. I wanted to capture these things before they disappeared and inspire, hopefully, people to recognize that these treasures that we have, these parts of American history that are disappearing in front of our eyes, need to be recognized, need to be saved. And now in my new work, Day to Night, I'm taking the concept of what is time, what has happened in a single day, and changing the way we really look at a still photograph. I think that's what's been really exciting about this work. If you look at the history of photography and you look at Edward Muybridge, to Harold Egerton, who did high-speed flash photography, those were iconic moments in time where the perception of what a photograph was changed. And in a strange way, the idea of being able to fuse a single day into one photograph is a new form of that evolution. But I think there's lots of other places we can go with a still photograph that have yet to be explored. And I feel in a way that this is kind of beginning to bridge that concept. With Day to Night, we go out and I'm shooting 15 hours. And the color of light is changing every hour. So if I'm gonna spend 15 hours of my life taking one photograph, and then I'm gonna spend a month editing it, and then I'm gonna have 3 months of doing the post work, and then we finally get it ready to print. If it doesn't exactly replicate what we've done, then it's meaningless to me. And so the way we reference that color, the critical aspect of making sure that each time of day is rendered properly is critical to the final print quality. When I'm working with the X-Rite products, it's a game changer because it starts when we're on location and I'm shooting the color checker and we get an accurate rendering on location of exactly what my color space is. And then we bring it back into the studio and then we make our test prints. Everything is based on the color flow from we manage our computer to the output device. And that's why it's so utterly important that we balance everything and that the workflow starts right from capture all the way to the final output. You focus all your energy into that one moment, and I think it imprints in our brains a certain way. There's a tremendous power with imagery.